Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's career mode. We're on episode 106. We're at the Tour de France. We have 2 more mountain stages left to go. We have a small chance of getting Karaman back into this thing, and he comes into today with a massive +5. Wow, that is huge. That is absolutely huge, and it's going to give us a shot. But he is really out of this thing, all the way down in 12th place now. What I'd like to do, and looking at this, I'd like to say Isakov. We're going to try this. And Karaman. See if we can get those 2 into the break. Will they let us?
It's an attack!
Attacking very early and attacking on this climb, I think, gives us a small chance. And both guys are off the front. Nobody pursuing at the moment. We're looking at a 12-man breakaway. Ramen already making contact with these guys. And Isakov now as well. To establish the break, I want both of them to contribute. Alright, Anios go to the front. Are we that team? Are my guys that set of riders that are not going to be allowed to get away? Very well could be the case. They are coming on pretty dang hard already on this climb. In fact, if we're going to have a chance with these guys, we're going to have to up that effort quite a bit. Otherwise, they're going to potentially go out the back. Alright, so Karaman. Back off slightly here. It's only a 46-second gap. It's all the same guys that have been here stage after stage after stage. The only changes being that, well, Karaman and Isakov are there. But, oh, gee, look. They're chasing it down. Go figure. Look how far back these guys are going, even with a 78 effort. Igashin very much near the back. Multiple negative race day conditions here within the team. Just a 36-second gap. This might have to be a Karaman going solo thing and no Isakov support as they continue to chase us down. Once they catch up, we're going to have to take off again. But Anios seems to be ticked off that we are trying to get into the breakaway today. Isakov, go ahead and sit up. See what happens if we back off. 3 guys off the back, and that's 9 going forward. That might be enough to let things kind of go.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
No, they're still chasing. Ogana, Vingegaard as well. Vingegaard is well placed. He's 9th overall, yet he's working right now at the front. Is that Pogacar at the front chasing? No. He is. Pogacar is at the front chasing things down. Bernal, Burlikov, all working at the front. What, to bring back Karaman? Who else is up there with me? Mataway just got brought back in. He's in 30th. Hershey, higher place than me, but he's been in the break 6 times, 7 times. Evenepoel has been in the break every day. Bokonoge, Bardet, Adria. These guys have all been in the break every day. The group is usually significantly larger than this. Karaman, the only difference. He is the only thing that is different about this breakaway and every other breakaway. And yet, all the contenders right at the front. Right at the front, pushing and chasing. Why? Karaman's not even the highest placed guy in the group. But the only thing different between this and every other breakaway is that I have somebody in it. There's plenty of strong climbers. There's better climbers than Karaman in there. It's really frustrating how the AI treats you differently than literally everybody else. We're going to set everyone to auto for a little bit because we need to focus on our main man. And look how spread out this field is as they chase down. Have we completely isolated the group? See, now These guys don't want to work. Down to 7. Will they let us get away? As the group thins, down to 6. Down to 4. Down to 3. That's a Venipol, right? Yeah, Venipol, Hershey, and I. Now, I'm happy with a group of 3. Will this thing ease off? Peloton has just 21 riders left in it. Could this be that kind of stage that is suddenly the best of the best and nothing else? Breaking away, leaving everybody else behind? 190k from the finish.
The riders must be careful. This
Ramen second over the top.
Very dangerous.
He's only 10th at the KOM, so that's not anything we're worried about. But it's a 40-second gap and 19 chasing riders that are chasing Karaman and don't seem to care that it's literally blowing up the field. Isakov is the next group back. Go ahead and set him to auto and just focus on Karaman. Okay, recovery happening, but this thing is crazy. That was the first climb. Much of a descent going on here, meaning not much recovery happening either. But we are now just seconds away and now caught. 22 riders at the front. Minute 14 on the chase groups. That's going to start to come down. They caught Karaman and now they don't care. They literally got it down to just 3 riders, 2 guys that have been in the break every single day, plus Karaman. And now they sit up. Now they don't care. But they somehow care about Karaman. With no KOM points, well out of it, lower placed. But here comes a new group wanting to take off. And it's the same guys that are in the break every day. Yates, this is a better climber. This is a better climber. He has the same mountain rating, a significantly better hills rating, much better acceleration, much better stamina resistance. Mataway, almost the same. And when you add, the 5% bonus, he is. In fact, he's better. Bokadoge, same. Mater. They don't care about these guys going away. They care about me going away. And now I have 1 rider back anyway. But see how they're not chasing that? If I suddenly attack, you better believe they're going to chase. Now those guys are going to have a massive gap here soon. Theoretically, it's already out to 2.5 minutes. Just like that. And we're back to 94. I really don't like what's happened with the game this year. Really don't like the changes they made. I love the time trial changes they made, but I hate... Ooh, shoot. Got to do enough here. We need to recover from that effort. Of course, going off front like that took a lot out of my legs. Alright, so Igashin, Galvez, and Gonzalez Albiol, though he did make contact briefly, are out the back. We then have Isakov, Martin Guerrero, Narbutas, Ryabovas all trying to recover before we go into the first of 2 Allscat climbs on the days. We've finished the first 2 climbs already, both Cat 1s, both very hard. We've now had 2 descents to recover a bit. For Karaman, yeah, he's good. And we're going to have to push a little bit harder here, but not much. We want to conserve. And then let's get ourselves back in. Isakov doing the protecting. Martin Guerrero, Narbutas, and Ryabovas need to go forward before this thing gets crazy. You guys got your recovery. We're about to ascend. I need you guys back up near the front. We'll sit up when we need to. It's the Col de Tourmalet, 17K, 7%, 2,000 meters of climbing. It's a big one. And Ryabovas will be able to sit up in a second. He's got a nice +4 today. meaning he should hopefully still be around at the end of this climb. 101, especially at the lack of push right now. He's back off a little bit.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking.
Want
The
you to
Peloton has
ease your way
significantly increased
forward.
its speed. The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
Martin Guerrero's -2 might be the candidate to take over from Isakov on the front. $9K to go on the climb, so we're already 8K of the way up. And yeah, there's no push now. They don't care. They don't care who's off the front as long as it's not me.
The pace is really hot, so for the moment, we shouldn't see too many attacks.
Oh, hey, Narbutas made it through and is pulling. My bad. That's finally allowing Martin Guerrero to get up here. Go ahead and switch off. Let's rest Isakov. And 5K to go, and not much push means I think we're going to stick with mostly the 83 that there are now. That should hold. And it does. Just a little attack by Mater to grab some points as he is second in the KOM. I really need to get to a point where I know and accept that we are a mid-tier Continental Pro team. That just competing for a top 10, especially when we don't have a Burlikov, just competing to be in the top 10 is good. I've got to stop over-evaluating my own team. We're not a bad team, but we are not a good team. We are not a World Tour team. And without a Burlikov, without the individual, the outstanding individual, we have a good individual, Karaman. He's not even a Nairo Quintana, right? In real life, you look at Nairo Quintana as a Conti Pro strong leader who doesn't have much team support because he's on a Conti Pro team. And how does he do? Well, he's on the outskirts of the top 10. He's more of a top 15 kind of guy.
They're moving along at a fair lick.
It's Nairo Quintana. He's had multiple podiums at World Tours, at the Tour. And yet he's, as a Continental Pro rider, he is on the outskirts of the top 10. That's what Karaman is. Karaman is not in the top 10 favorites list. Not one stage, not a single stage has he been listed among the favorites. And that list contains 10 riders. And at the bottom of that list are still guys that are 1 or 2 natural attribute points better than he is. Now, we throw everything at it. We throw the kitchen sink at these races and give it everything we've got, which helps us play above our level. But Karaman is in 81 Mountain, which is good. But that's only about 15th, 14th best. He's got a 72 resistance. That's not good. That is probably 100th best in this field. Maybe worse. When we then throw in the difficulty bonus, it's that much worse.
Some dreadful percentages.
I'm lucky to be competing for a top 10. And a stage or sequence of stages like we had last episode where he simply falls away because he was not as good as the other riders. That's just fact. He's not as good as the other riders. And me being frustrated because he can't keep up, useless, pointless. It is the nature of the playthrough. It's the nature of the team. We are simply not good enough. Burlikov was just good enough. And we pulled off a miracle. All right, as we go through the false flat sector into the last piece of the climb, Karaman's good to go. He's got a little bit of support with 3 above us. We have a Peloton of 41. No time losses to fear today. Now, of course, that second stage last time, yeah, that's frustration for good reason, because he was there, he was fine, he had plenty of energy, he had the wheel of his teammate, and then suddenly did not. So I still understand why I was frustrated there. But the stage before that, he finished where he finished because he was simply not as good of a rider as those other guys. And that's all there was to it. That's all there was to it. It was that simple. Here, you know, we can hope that somebody lost time, but considering there's 41, that's not going to be the case. He's not going to lose time. Riabovis is here. Let's go ahead and get water. There's still 50K. I mean, this is a long ways from the finish line. And we need to make sure we up the effort to hang in there. He's already fully recovered. Riabovis now recovering. 3 riders left. Minute and a half away. That is breakaway, guys. Adria, Yates, Okanoge. Could have been us. We could have been gaining a minute by the end of this thing. I would imagine we'll pull them back a bit as we approach 35K to go, and it's only 3 riders trying to pull, so they're going to slowly lose time. We may or may not catch those guys. Marte leading the points over Vermeulen. Wow, okay. Not the sprinters. So rare to see here. All right, now there's only 2 away. There is a 1 second time bonus, but 5:08, that's not our thing. No reason to worry about that. But let's up our effort a bit, make sure we're hanging in there. We've got the energy to burn, so we might as well. 18K. Slightly downhill means it's not going to be so bad. There's that last push before the finish line, and it's all together. So those 3 do not stay away, meaning we would not have gained time today. In fact, we would have been struggling to keep up after getting caught here with the final few kilometers. Jump up. I do have a little bit of a lead out here with Riabovis, and we will set that up with 3.5K to go, just to make sure we do not get dropped, as I am not a good sprinter. All right, here we go. Riabovis bringing it forward, making the push. And as he's got 2K to go, he's going to start his sprint. Setting up Karaman, getting him a little bit of an advantage as he comes around that final corner, heading for the finish line, and then he's going to easily get out sprinted by others that aren't really... Oh, that's Van Aert. Okay, it was not Bruno. Vermeulen taking the stage win ahead of Van Aert. Hader, Romano, Karaman gets a top 5 on the stage. Nice result on that. No bonus for doing that, but that's still a nice little result. We just beat the likes of Pogacar, Bernal, Hershey to that finish line, guys that have a little bit of proper sprint. Alaphilippe was only 20th. That makes us the best. No, it does not. All right, this stage we're gonna either skip forward or we're going to stay with it live, and it all depends on whether Karaman can actually get away. But you can see from his little effort, there's already a significant chase on. We've got 4 guys that have gone clear. There's 2 more further ahead, but it's not looking so great as we are getting chased down hard right now. And yet it's usual suspects. Del Rue, Hershey, Almeida, Adria, Bokanoge all have been in countless breaks. All of them. And yet, Field, Ineos, afraid of Karaman, but not the other guys. If I sit up, those 5 are going to go clear. And forcing the field just does not seem to be a possibility. Galvez, though, does have a flat rating. We have a bit of a flat sequence. So, if there's any chance, it could be Galvez pulling to get Karaman clear. So Karaman sit up for a moment, but I want you to, there you go, wait for Galvez. Galvez is going to push, and then let's attack again and see if we can get into it. Okay, that's 9 riders that are clear. Okay, and now let's make a significant effort here. They're going to chase us down, but if Galvez in particular does the dirty work. Nope, they didn't even get very far. They did not get very far. Let's wait again. Karama needs some red bar to be able to attack. And here comes the next wave. Hershey again going for it. And they sit up the moment they see Karaman attack.
A small group of riders are trying to get clear of the bunch.
Yates, McNulty, Almeida. And there's Bernal chasing us down single-handedly. The guy in 5th place. There's a gap. But it's Galvez, not Karaman. Galvez goes clear, and suddenly they don't care because it's Karaman that they care about.
Attack! It's
Okay,
a good
well, we
moment
got
to show the team colors.
Martin Guerrero up here finally. If he's going to have any chance of getting back in this thing, it's got to come from this, but it's just, it's not happening.
Appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
Sit up and come back. There's no point going here.
There's more than a minute on the clock.
Roman's already expended so much energy. He's going to have to just sit up. Okay, well, with that, I'm going to settle things down. I'm going to get my group back together, set them up. These first 2 climbs are nothing. I'll see you at the final climb. Pogacar has just fallen just moments ago. We had 33 riders here. He fell, got up into another group, and a few of his teammates have dropped back to go try to support him. I have 2 teammates here. Movistar is picking up the chance to steal this win away. It has happened here on the descent just moments ago. So Riabovis is here. Martin Guerrero is here. Martin Guerrero just got water, so we're done with water. We have 41K to go here on this final climbing stage, which is stage 19. Stage 18. 19 is a sprint stage. Of course, 21 is the Champs-Élysées, and 20 is a time trial. So this is the final climb, at least the final proper climb that we have to worry about in this race. Karaman looking good right now. He's gotten through these first couple of climbs just fine, but it is only 30 seconds to those leaders. They are coming back. But how much effort have they expended to catch us? Movistar, Ineos didn't end up pushing that hard. Will UAE come and take over? They are back to the front. They have taken over now that they have caught up to us, but how much more tired will Pogacar be based on that chase? How much will he have left in the tank? This also allowed Isakov to get back up here in the meantime, and that is now offering protection to Riabovis, who is looking pretty strong today. Not great, but at least we have, that 3 support climbers actually now instead of just 2 as we approach this final climb. But they are starting to pick up the tempo here. 24K to go. Last flat sector, and then we are going to climb our way to the finish. Only 3 riders off the front, not a big gap. We pulled back 1 of those 3 now, so it's down to just 2 left. The win for the stage is going to come from this group. Pogacar has a significant advantage overall. Can Berlikov cut into that today? And can we get back into the top 10? Big if. Very big if. And we are already climbing technically. 18.9K overall, but we're down to 16.6. It's the Tourmalet, 7.5%. All right, Karaman is struggling but holding. Isakov, he's about to go out the back already. Martin Guerrero, let's gel up now. You are protecting Ryabov. Oh, right. Protect Karaman. Sorry. That was the old thing of Karaman was fine, and we needed to get our support riders through that last sequence. There you go. Uman has attacked. This actually would be a tempting thing for us. While I have support riders, no interest in attacking. I mean, we're already down to 35. We want to hang on, not attack. I want to get back into the top 10, not blow up and finish even further back. Then again, what do you have to lose if we're already outside of the top 10? So, Mark Guerrero, gel. Already set to auto. So, while we still have support, we'll take the support. When we run out of support, we'll consider the all or nothing attack. Just see how things are at that point. But Karaman, positionally, he's struggling to keep up, but we're keeping it as low as we can, keeping that heart rate as low as we can. He is slipping slightly backwards, which is okay. Ryabov, let's go ahead and get your gel, and you're going to take over the protection duties as Martin Guerrero falls away.
This time it could go all
down to 27 here. Karaman, let's go 79. I want to keep a front position as best we can. Ryabov, don't get caught behind as these guys fall back. Down to 26. 2 riders still off the front, but Bardet, Almeida, they're definitely coming back. Now we are more than halfway up the climb. We're going to get into this little easy sector here in just a moment as the attacks come. Vlasov, Skjelmos, Berlikov, Pogačar, Bernal. Do we follow? I think we follow because Ryabov is, well, done. Oh, he didn't follow. No, you sit up. Don't follow that now.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10
follow
kilometers
Carthy.
road sign.
There you go. Follow Carthy. Ryabov. He was only going to last a few more seconds anyway. This is 10K. This is not something I want to do long term. We want to just kind of sit up and sit on. There you go. He's attacking again. Gently try to bridge that gap, please. At least get... Oh, it's Almeida. Damn it. Okay, well, we're back onto Carthy. Keeps leaving us behind. Try to catch those guys. Not good. This is way too far out to be riding solo and out of energy. Berlikov has gone clear. Pogačar, those are the top 2. Then you've got kind of the fight for the last podium spot behind it. We are then fighting for what's next, which is 6th and 7th on the day. That is a great spot to be if we can finish there. 6K to go, though, and no energy. I don't mind a gap in front of us opening. It's the gap behind I worry about. 35 seconds to those chasers. And they're coming on. They're coming on strong. Just 23 seconds behind now with 4K to go. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. I'm not worried about those guys up front. It's those guys behind. But they're coming. And we are not recovering. We are just holding steady. Now we're going to recover slightly. No, they've caught us, though. So these are probably those main contenders. Actually, it's down to 4 again. Uman, Carapaz, and Carthy. I've got to just sit on. 1K to go.
This win is
Berlikov has taken the win. Bernal, Skjelmos, Pogačar, 500 meters. Let's go ahead and sprint it out for the top.
It's a bit of a knock for the morale.
Uman, Carapaz, a couple Ineos riders coming on hard. But that's a good finish. That's a good finish. We get 11th on the stage. We're going to gain some time over some contenders. Vingegaard, Evenepoel, Gegenhardt losing time. Almeida, Carthy behind us. Well, Carthy was right there with us. Hayter losing time. I think he was right around our position. Potentially help our position. Could it get us back into the top 10? I certainly hope so. Nice little added bonus that I was close enough with Sivakov, Pidcock, DePlus, and Carthy that we ended up on same time, because that probably saved me especially considering Vingegaard and Evenepoel were not that far back behind us. Probably saved me a good 10 to 15 seconds. And that could make a difference. Berlikov gains a half minute on Bernal, 46 on Skelmos. He picks up almost a minute on Pogačar, which is good, but it's not going to make a difference because Pogačar is going to win this race. Why? Because he's a great time trialist and Berlikov is just tolerable. It should help him cement second place overall, though. Vlasov, 5th. Uman, Carapaz, that little bit behind. And what does this do for us? Just into the top 10. I'll take that, considering where we were. Considering we are definitely well off the back. Now, Vingegaard is just 20 seconds ahead. How is he as a time trialist? He is identical and better resistance. Gegenhardt is better, so we're not going to catch those guys. Carthy behind us, about the same. He's -1 on the time trial, but he's better on the resistance. De Plus, not going to be a threat. We should just about hold our position, I would think, in the time trial. I tend to do well with them, so it's a place that, we might gain some time, but I don't think we'll gain anything significant. Uman, Carapaz are too far out in front. Maybe. Probably too far out in front. Carapaz, tiny chance, but we're certainly not catching a Bernal, Vlasov, those guys. Skelmos, that's a battle for third right there. 3 bad time trialists going head to head for that last spot. Bernal actually might be the favorite, as each one is slightly better than the one ahead of them. Berlikov, no danger with those guys behind him, and Pogačar, no danger with Berlikov behind him. So yeah, that'll be interesting, the fight for the last podium spot. It would have been nice if we were still involved in that, because I could beat all 3 of them. If we were 3.5 minutes down, I'd say we have a shot at a podium. I would definitely say, if that was 6th place, 3.5 minutes down, I would definitely say top 5 seems assured. Not the case. We're 7.5 minutes behind and out of contention, as we have the better time trialist back here with us. Another reason why we may have been struggling here with Karaman of late is his fatigue has spiked heavily. This is the Giro. This is the Tour. He massively spiked during the Giro. We brought it back down, but it definitely didn't come down all the way, and you can see it's spiking heavily yet again here during the Tour. And this has subsequently brought his fitness level down. So even though he's on a fitness peak, even though he's expected to have a +2 every day right now, we were lucky these last couple stages. We weren't lucky in those couple stages before, and that's where he lost the time. I think that has a lot to do with why he faded. Doing 2 Grand Tours back-to-back for somebody who has low stamina resistance is a bad idea. Unless they're riding as a support rider, but definitely not as your leader. But with only 2 Grand Tours that we got invited to this year, you gotta kind of throw the wrench at it and see what you can do. Well, we're seeing what's the result. 1 bad day, ton of time lost. Now, if we hadn't lost that additional minute on that over-the-top descent issue, we'd be in a slightly better place. But not much of a difference, right? 8th place, 7th place, whichever it would be, we'd still be on the outside of the top 5 and not really looking likely to crash that top 5 party. So, not a big deal. But top 10 looks likely, but definitely not assured at this point. Considering how poorly things went recently, I'll take it if we can keep that top 10. That is going to do it for this episode, though. We'll be wrapping up this tour next time. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.